The Northwest Highlands, a pristine corner of Scotland that has been shaped by glaciers and volcanoes into a beautifully rugged landscape mostly untouched by humans. It is here, deep into what is regarded as the UK's last great wilderness, the remotest point of the UK can be found, over 13 kilometres from the nearest road and nearly 30 kilometres from the nearest village. This is the story of three friends' adventure to reach this isolated point. Along the way, we contend with Mother Nature, our own mental fortitude, and each other as we push ourselves beyond our comfort zone. Or at least, this is what well-prepared, highly motivated people would be contending with. Us, on the other hand, had slightly more basic issues.
I'm stuck!
You feel prepared?
No! I haven't packed. I'm about 3 points down. I don't know where we're going, or what we're doing, but we haven't got a map. Or a route.
Sat in a car without a map and without a Robbie.
I think there's a reason it's remote. If there was anything interesting there to go and see, there would be something there to get there by.
What have I agreed to? We got time left to cancel this. So here I have Matt's webpage, which describes apparently the planned trip, which definitely isn't planned. Rob is an adventurer, a highly experienced mountaineer. He also attempts to be the voice of reason when the others get carried away. Do you think this is true?
My name is Rob.
Rob is cool, calm and collected, except when Monty and Matt get carried away. He's always the one with the map and the compass, attempting to lead the way, which invariably ends up with getting lost.
Monty enjoys a challenge. That's why he makes his whole life a challenge. His tenacity is highly infectious. He's very tenacious. I'm not sure it's infectious. It's irritating.
Monty is a yes man. Any project or adventure, he's the first one in. Regardless of how large or seemingly daft it is, he'll always find a solution. Not always the best solution, but a solution nonetheless.
Should we now turn to Matt, as he's the next one in this description? As I found out today, Matt got nominated for a film that I was in, and Rob was in, and he got given 2 tickets to some nomination party thing.
Why didn't you even get a canopy?
I didn't even know it happened. Apparently he enjoys sharing the sense of peace that comes with the solitude.
This isn't a peaceful person.
Would you describe being with us peaceful?
Absolutely not. The final piece of this dysfunctional trio is me, Matt. I'm always egging the others on to get on board with my plans, regardless of how unobtainable they are. The three of us have been friends for many years and had developed a unique bond, which often ends up in one of us asking, whose idea was this again? With 12 hours until our departure, we began poring over maps of the area whilst making sure we were properly hydrated for the coming journey. Unfortunately, this revealed a theme that would reappear many times over the course of the trip. Examining the maps had revealed a slight issue. A key part of the route was across 2 maps, and the path we were planning to take didn't exist on the other map. Cue hastily cobbled together contingency plan.
I hadn't anticipated where we were going, or the route we were going.
Hang on. You hadn't anticipated it. Shall I read you the introverse and show you the photo of where you thought we were going? It's from Loch Marie on this side.
I think they're a different scale then or something, because that's not Marie.
Do you think? Oh, maybe. Oh no. What? Can we go on Ordnance Survey and see if we can actually get a custom map of the area?
Or tomorrow.
Our route would take us along the northern shores of Loch Marie, on a path that we were unsure even existed. We could find very little information about this section of the route, and we'd spend the majority of the first day flying completely blind. After 13 kilometres, we turn away from the loch and up into the hills along an ancient pass. We planned to camp at the top of this hill so we'd avoid the midges. Day 2 would see us drop down the other side of the hill into a valley dominated by a loch. Pressing on, we descend out of the valley and then attempt to find the remotest point of the UK. Some encouragement was required, courtesy of the drink shelf, with some more keen than others on their chosen tipple.
It's like firewater.
Monty, what do you think of Rob?
This question's made me deeply think our friendship.
Yeah.
I have no idea why I'm friends with you.
What do you think of Monty?
He's an absolute idiot.
Why are we doing it? Why are we climbing up a stupid big hill in the middle of nowhere?
It's kind of all one big joke in a way.
And then...
It's a game of endurance, really.
Because someday we'll all give up.
What? Our livers,
Yeah, livers, legs, backs,
knees, ankles.
wallets.
So apparently what we're doing, according to this, we will be truly isolated in one of the most rugged environments in Europe. Why we choose to push ourselves mentally and physically in extreme environments.
Exploring the meaning of the word choice and comparing and contrasting to the word coercion.
I agreed when I was drunk.
I'm not sure I've ever explicitly agreed.
There was an air of anticipation in the morning as we drove to the start point. All of our planning and preparation had come down to this. Unfortunately, not enough planning or preparation, as we'd managed to leave the map at the house. First order of business, find a new map.
Whose job was it to get the map?
Rob's. I told him 3 times this morning.
How long have we been going for?
What? On our walk?
Yeah.
I haven't even started yet. You know you put him down as the experienced mountaineer?
Yeah, it's not the experience, man. So I'll change that one for the next one.
Can you change him to the clown?
On your map.
We're ready. We're ready. Should we go walking?
No. Exhibit A. A map.
What a compass, though.
As levels of pissing around go, this has been quite monumental.
We began our journey in earnest, still not really knowing what to expect of the journey that lay ahead. The only thing that we could be sure of though was the weather. Low cloud and rain accompanied us as we set out from the cars. There were a few technical issues early on, but these were soon resolved and we were back on our way, only to be met with more natural challenges. River crossings and bog jumping became the norm for the next few hours, made much more difficult with our heavy pack trying to topple us at every opportunity.
Go on.
Narrow landing. The other way will do.
There's not much.
I'm stuck.
Look at your foot.
No, I know, but like, that's disgusting.
Ross got ticks all over his legs because he doesn't wear his trousers.
Absolutely covered in ticks.
No, there is seriously one on the back of your leg.
Where? I'm such a moron. Why didn't you?
Who would have thought? Rob. Short shorts. He's a highly skilled mountaineer. Experience, sorry.
After Rob had removed his passengers, we pressed on, headlong into what seemed like a wall of head-high ferns with not a path in sight. The going was incredibly slow and we were starting to feel the day's exertions.
Oh, things are crawling on me. There's no path. It's just ferns.
Leaving the ferns behind, we began to climb up to where we planned to camp for the night. The thought of food and sleep got us through the last part of the day.
This is a good direction. One of my best directions. I find at altitude it can be difficult to get a good direction, but it's pretty good in the circumstances.
On the outside. Robbie, good sleep?
No, it's fucking windy. And it's making flapping noises, snoring away.
Yeah, Monty, you did snore quite a lot.
Tent cat falling over.
I slept quite well.
Should we go and do some walking?
No. Sleep.
Yeah, okay, cool, let's do that.
Beer.
Back in the tent then.
Cheers.
Day 2 would see us push on to the remote point. We had a slightly better idea of what lay in store for us, and we were keen to get going. Our eagerness was short-lived, however, as we broke out the maps after a slight navigational mishap. We then discovered we'd be crossing a causeway, and given its location, we were unsure of its state of repair, so could be in for a large detour if it turned out that we couldn't cross it.
Well, let's go and find the causeway.
Our fears were fortunately unfounded, as the causeway was in excellent shape, and to celebrate, we sat down for a breather to discuss the trials and tribulations of the morning.
Still underwhelming, to be honest. I was hoping some kind of fourth road effect. A glorified bridge.
I think for how remote it is, the paths are immaculate. I was kind of expecting kind of hacking through,
And there
or
you've got
just finding a path, but there's concrete.
paved roads. Well, the Starbucks is a good 300 metres away. So
I mean, those chaps over there look like they're going to shoot us.
We were almost within touching distance of our destination, so set off once again in search. We'd reach a point where the path no longer took us in the right direction, and we'd have to go off-piste through the moorland.
We had a successful morning.
haven't been shot at yet, which was a possibility. No one's got Lyme disease. Or had any chronic injuries from midges. So, all in all, can't complain.
What do you think of Monty as an expedition companion?
Well, he's made it. I think I've only considered killing him once, which is good going, really.
Do we shuffle off and find the remotest point of the UK?
Yeah, I reckon so.
High performance tonight.
After a short time trudging through the moorland, we arrived, we think. And with that, we considered our achievement. We hadn't climbed Everest, but we had reached the remotest point of the UK for no other purpose than seeing if we could actually do it.
To commemorate our arrival at the remotest point in the UK, it started raining! Yes!
We think it's the remotest point.
Yeah, we don't know.
90% certainty.
No one checked before we came, but in this vicinity.
We are 7 miles from the nearest road.
On the way, we'd been dwarfed by enormous mountains, crossed valleys formed over millions of years, and walked paths that had been in existence for centuries. There is something very humbling about camping on the side of a mountain, hours from any real civilization, being buffeted by the wind and rain, and not having a completely miserable time. In a couple of days, or maybe weeks, we'd reminisce about the time we walked to find the remotest point of the UK, and how it was a very silly undertaking, and that we'd never do it again.
Would we do it again?
No, no circumstances.
There's few walks that I would not do again given enough time, and I think this might be one that I will never ever do again.
You couldn't pay me to go through that racket again.
Did you enjoy it, Matt?
Absolutely not.
None of this at all was enjoyable.
Knowing that it was going to be horrific, why did we do it?
Warm bed.
A strange blend of laziness and a can-do attitude.
I think I found a limit.
I think I was actually delirious last night.
Well, we're still alive.
Yeah.
No one died.
I might be able to walk again tomorrow.
You've got to drive a car.
I've got to drive
For a
about
long
1,200 miles. But,
Well then, chaps. That is, as they say in the industry.
Although I've only just realised now that I bought 2 left gloves.
Continuing our theme of preparedness on this trip.
Been to the remote.
Did you sleep well?
Didn't you read the brief for them going up the hill?
Is this coronavirus safe? Yeah, let's 2 meters away. Is this?
We're in the same household.
Robbie!